Good morning, class. I'm happy to have you with me today. I hope you're ready to unlock some new knowledge. But before we dive into our topic, let's warm up with a fun brain activity. Let's play a quick game called Word Unlock Puzzle. I will show you a group of scrambled letters and you'll try to guess the correct word related to our topic today. Ready? Let's unlock some learning. Here's your clue. I am the smallest unit of matter. Hmm, what do you think it is? Yes, the word is atom. Great job. You got it. Here's the next scrambled letters that you need to unlock. The clue is element has one like H for hydrogen. What do you think it is? Yes, the word is symbol. Excellent. You get the correct answer. Here's the third scrambled letters. The clue is where all elements are organized. What do you think it is? Yes, the word is periodic table. Awesome! You got it! Next, here's your clue. It's something you find on the periodic table. What do you think it is? Yes, the word is elements. Today, we will be learning about elements. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define what an element is, recognize common examples of elements, and understand how elements are represented on the periodic table. Now, let's understand what an element really is. An element is a substance made entirely of one kind of atom. Each element is defined by how many protons it has. For example, hydrogen, oxygen, gold, and carbon are all elements. Here, we can see a diagram of an atom, which is the tiniest building block of all matter. That means everything around you, your clothes, your desk, even the air, is made up of atoms. Let's break it down. In the center of the atom, we have what we called nucleus. So this one. You'll find two types of particles, protons. These are the red circles in the diagram. They have a positive charge and they're very important because they tell us what kind of element the atom is. For example, hydrogen has just one proton. Next, we also have neutrons. These are the blue circles. Neutrons have no charge. They are neutral. That's why they are called neutrons. They help us the atom and give it some weight. Now, look at the circles spinning around the nucleus. These are the electrons, the green ones in the diagram. Electrons are very, very small and they move in the orbits or paths around the nucleus. They have a negative charge. So, to sum it up, an atom is the smallest unit of matter that makes up everything around us. It's like a tiny building block of all things. Protons found in the center of the atom and has a positive charge. Neutrons found also in the nucleus and it has no charge or neutral. Electrons moves around the nucleus in orbits and it has a negative charge. These three particles, protons, neutrons, and electrons, make up every atom, and atoms make up everything in our world. Here is something very important in science. It's called the periodic table of elements. This colorful chart shows all the known elements in the universe, and each one is placed in a special position based on its properties. Each box on this table represents one element, and inside each box, you'll usually see the element symbol, like H for hydrogen or O for oxygen. You don't need to memorize all of it now. Just start by recognizing some of the common elements and their symbols. We'll be using this table a lot for a future lesson. Now, let's look at some real examples of elements that we use or encounter every day. First up is oxygen with symbol O. We find it from the air we breathe. Next is iron, symbol Fe. Iron is a strong metal used in buildings, tools, and even in your blood. It helps carry oxygen around your body. Then we have gold, symbol Au. Gold is shiny, valuable metal that doesn't rust. It's often used in jewelry. Sodium, symbol Na, is another example. You might not see it on its own, but it's part of the table salt, which is sodium chloride. It's important for keeping our body's fluids balanced. Lastly, there's carbon with the symbol C. Carbon is found in many forms, like graphite, charcoal, diamonds, and even in your body. It's one of the most important elements for life. As you can see, elements aren't just in science labs. They are all around us. In the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the things we use every day. Now, let's find out of the difference between metals and nonmetals, elements in the periodic table that can be grouped based on their properties. And the two major groups are metals and nonmetals. Metals are usually shiny, solid, and great conducting electricity. Examples include iron, gold, and aluminum. These are strong and often used in buildings or wires. Nonmetals, on the other hand, are often dull and usually gases. Examples include oxygen, carbon, and chlorine. These are essentials for life and the environment. Now, let's take a closer look at this version of the periodic table. This one uses colors to help us understand the different types of elements more easily. Red stands for metals. You'll notice the most of the periodic table is colored red. That's because most elements are metals. They are shiny, solid, and great conducting electricity. Some examples in red are iron, which is the symbol is Fe. Okay, this one. We also have copper, the symbol is Cu. And we also have gold, the symbol is Au. Next, yellow stands for metalloids. These are special elements that have some properties of both metals and nonmetals. They are kind of like a mix or in between group. Elements include silicon. Okay. We also have boron, which is B. They're often used in technology like computers in solar panels. Then we have blue. Stands for nonmetals. These elements are usually dull, brittle, or gases. They don't conduct electricity well, but they are super important for life. Look for O, which is for oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon in blue. So, whenever you see a periodic table like this, just remember red for metals, yellow metalloids, blue nonmetals. This color coding is a great way to quickly see which elements belong to which group. Let's try an activity. I'll read some elements names. You decide if they are metals or nonmetals. Helium, carbon, krypton, copper, nickel, silver. Now, think which of these are metals. Great! Copper, nickel, silver are metals. The rest are non-metals. Let's now take a closer look at some elements and figure out if they are metals or non-metals. We'll use their names, chemical symbols, and a little bit of science knowledge to help us decide. Let's start with this one. Sodium, symbol Na. It is a metal or non-metal? That's right, sodium is a metal. It's soft, silver-colored, and reacts quickly with water. Next, we have Co, cobalt. So what do you think? Yes, cobalt is a metal. It's used in batteries and magnets. How about neon? Symbol, Ne. Neon is a nonmetal. It's a colorless gas often used in bright neon signs. Let's try P, which is phosphorus. Phosphorus is a nonmetal, and it's found in matches and even in our DNA. Lastly, we have iron. Symbol is Fe, one of the most well-known elements. Of course, iron is a metal. It's strong, magnetic, and used in construction and tools. Great job! Recognizing elements as metals or nonmetals helps us understand their properties and how we use them in everyday life. Now, it's time to have fun. Let's decode some elements phrases. Look at this example. Bacon. So that's barium, cobalt, nitrogen. Try this. Silicon. So silicon, Si for silicon, Li lithium, Co cobalt, and then N for nitrogen. Next, nice. So Ni, which is for nickel, and then Ce is for cerium. And we also have cute. Cu for copper, and Te for tellurium. See, science can be fun and tasty looking too. Now it's your turn. Take a look at the elements around you. Find their names and symbols on the periodic table. Can you come up with your own funny or interesting element phrase? Be creative and don't forget to share your answers with your teacher. Great work, everyone! I'm proud of your effort and curiosity. Keep reviewing the symbols and names of elements. They'll help you in many future lessons. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning. Bye for now.